LeBron James once again has the entire basketball world on edge. After teasing what he called his Decision 2.0, the internet exploded with theories about what this announcement could mean. Is he about to hang up the sneakers for good? Is this the moment he declares that this upcoming season will be his last dance in the NBA? Or is LeBron, the master of calculated timing, simply stirring the pot again before dropping something completely unexpected? Whatever it is, the timing alone has people talking nonstop. The first thing that stands out is how strange it would be for LeBron to announce a retirement now, right in the middle of training camp. That's just not how he does things. If this were really about walking away, he would have made that call during the offseason, after sitting down with his family, talking to the Lakers front office, and reflecting on what comes next. LeBron's always been methodical. Every major move in his career, from leaving Cleveland to joining Miami, to coming back home, to signing with the Lakers, has been a chess move, not a random roll of the dice. So the idea that he'd suddenly decide to make a career-defining announcement halfway through camp doesn't line up with his history or his mindset. Beyond that, LeBron has been clear that he's not done chasing greatness. He's still producing at an elite level. He finished 6th in MVP voting last season, which is insane considering how many miles are on his body. He's not just hanging on. He's still one of the top players in the world, still capable of dominating when it matters most. And that's why it's hard to picture him stepping away right now. He's always said he wants to either play with or against his son before retiring. And with Bronny on the verge of making his NBA debut, that dream is right around the corner. Why stop 1 year short of making that happen? LeBron is too driven, too aware of legacy, to walk away when that goal is within reach. The Lakers have also made moves that suggest they're still building around him. Bringing in Luka Doncic, if that trade rumor really plays out, gives LeBron the kind of star partner he's been searching for since Anthony Davis's injuries started piling up. Luka's the perfect running mate, a creative playmaker who can carry the offensive load while allowing LeBron to manage his body, play more off the ball, and save energy for the moments that count. For years, LeBron wanted someone who could take that pressure off his shoulders. He cycled through names like Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, and Dennis Schroeder, but none of them gave him the consistent on-ball relief he needed. Luka does. That's why the idea of LeBron retiring before even seeing how this partnership plays out makes little sense. And let's not forget how much LeBron values narrative and presentation. He learned his lesson from the decision back in 2010. He's admitted that he regretted how that whole spectacle played out, how it turned fans and media against him. Since then, every major announcement he's made has been more polished, more self-aware. He's found humor in it, yes, but he's also shown that he understands the weight of his words. So if this really were something like a retirement announcement, it wouldn't come disguised as a Decision 2.0. It would be something monumental, planned, and probably tied to a farewell tour where every arena could celebrate him properly. He wouldn't rob fans or the league of that moment by dropping the news in the middle of training camp. In fact, many people think this is all just clever marketing, maybe another commercial or collaboration. LeBron's been involved with Amazon Prime before, shooting ads that tease big announcements only to reveal new projects or partnerships. He's always blurring the line between athlete and global brand, between player and businessman. This could easily be another example of that. Maybe it's tied to a new production, a documentary, or even a new league or initiative he's launching. LeBron's business empire is massive, and he loves finding creative ways to mix his athletic career with his off-court ventures. Still, if we entertain the idea that this Decision 2.0 really does have basketball significance, there's only one scenario where announcing something now might make sense. Maybe it's LeBron's way of giving the Lakers clarity, of saying, this is my last run, and I want the team to be ready for what comes next. That would allow the organization to start shifting its focus toward Luka, to prepare for the future while giving LeBron one final push toward championship glory. It would create a narrative where the season becomes a farewell journey, a quest to go out on top. But again, that kind of storybook send-off doesn't really fit the middle of training camp. It fits the end of a season, when emotions are high and the journey has reached its natural conclusion. The truth is, LeBron still has too much left to prove and too many milestones left to reach. If he were to win another championship, that would give him 5 rings, tying him with Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson and putting him just one shy of Michael Jordan. Knowing LeBron, that's not the kind of number he'd walk away from. If anything, winning another title would only motivate him to chase one more, to finally tie Jordan's 6 and settle the debate once and for all. LeBron's career has always been defined by that pursuit of greatness, by his desire to etch his name in every record book imaginable. Retirement doesn't fit the picture of a player still driven by that hunger. And then there's the talk about playing 25 seasons. That number has come up again and again, both in interviews and rumors around him. It would make him the first player in NBA history to hit that mark, and LeBron loves making history. He's already shattered nearly every longevity record imaginable. Most points scored, most minutes played, most postseason records. And 25 seasons will be another historic milestone to add to his resume. That alone feels like a goal too meaningful to abandon now. Physically, he's also shown no sign of dramatic decline. Sure, he's aging, but not in a way that screams the end is near. He's still explosive, still averaging elite numbers, still controlling games with his mind, even when his legs aren't what they used to be. Father Time always wins, but LeBron's been fighting him off longer than anyone expected. And as long as he feels he can play at a top 10 level, it's hard to imagine him choosing to stop. All of this points to one thing. Decision 2.0 probably isn't about retirement. It's LeBron being LeBron, keeping the world guessing, generating buzz, and reminding everyone that he's still the most influential player in basketball. Whether it's a new project, a brand collaboration, or simply a playful callback to his past, it's classic LeBron to control the narrative and make everyone talk. And until he says the words himself, the idea of him walking away just doesn't fit the story. If we look deeper into how LeBron James operates, the man has always been about control, controlling his image, his timing, and the story being told about him. Every major turning point in his career has come with a sense of planning, not impulse. Even when people criticized him for the decision, it was still a carefully coordinated event designed to announce a new chapter. Over the years, he's become even more deliberate, more calculated. So when he hints at a decision 2.0, it feels more like a strategic move than a spontaneous one. This is a man who understands the power of timing better than anyone in sports. He knows exactly how to get the world attention, and he knows how to use that moment to shift the conversation. That's why the idea of him retiring right now feels off. Training camp is about preparation, about building chemistry, not distraction. LeBron has spent his entire career avoiding unnecessary chaos inside the locker room. He's often said that anything that takes away from the team's focus is something he wants no part of. Dropping a bombshell like retirement at this point would create the kind of frenzy that goes against everything he's worked to build within the Lakers organization. It would dominate the headlines, overshadow the team, and send shockwaves through the NBA just as the season is about to start. It would feel like a storm in the middle of calm waters, and LeBron is too smart for that. Another thing to consider is how LeBron views legacy. He's not just chasing records for himself. He's crafting a story that will live long after he's gone. He knows every chapter has to fit the arc of greatness he's built over 2 decades. When he eventually does retire, he wants that moment to feel right, to be the closing act of a masterpiece. He's not going to let it be reduced to a social media frenzy in October. His farewell will be cinematic, emotional, and perfectly staged. Every arena will be packed. Every night will be a celebration. And every player who grew up idolizing him will want to shake his hand one last time. That's how LeBron James says goodbye, not with a random post online in the middle of a preseason. Then there's the question of what motivates him now. For years, his motivation was proving people wrong, proving he could win in Miami, proving he could bring a title to Cleveland, proving he could restore the Lakers to championship glory. He's done all that. So what keeps him going? It's not just the rings anymore. It's the idea of setting records no one else can touch. 25 seasons, most points ever, the most playoff wins, the most finals appearances. He wants to make the numbers so unreachable that the next generation can only dream of getting close. That's why you can't underestimate how much he still wants to play. Even if he's not the best player in the league anymore, he's still rewriting what longevity looks like. And if we really think about it, there's another emotional layer to this whole thing. LeBron's always been about family. Everything from his decisions on where to live to his off-season schedule has been shaped around his wife and kids. Playing alongside Bronny, or even just being in the league at the same time, isn't just a marketing idea. It's personal. It's about completing a full-circle moment that no father in NBA history has ever experienced. The idea that he would walk away before that happens just doesn't line up with everything he's said for the last 5 years. He's been patient, waiting for that day. Why would he throw that away now? Let's not forget the competitive fire that still burns in him. LeBron's not someone who accepts just being pretty good. Even in his 20th season, he was frustrated when the Lakers struggled. He still holds himself and his teammates to the highest standard. The moment he stops caring, we'll know. But as of now, that passion is still alive. When he's on the court, directing traffic, yelling out plays, mentoring younger teammates, those are not the actions of a man ready to quit. Those are the actions of someone who still feels like there's unfinished business. Now, could Decision 2.0 still have something to do with the future? Possibly. It could be LeBron hinting at a shift in roles, maybe preparing for life after basketball without fully leaving the game. Maybe it's the beginning of him transitioning into ownership, something he's talked about for years. Owning a team in Las Vegas has been one of his public dreams, and he's already positioned himself financially and politically to make that happen once he retires. Maybe this tease is connected to that vision, or to another business venture that ties together sports, entertainment, and legacy. With LeBron, everything connects. Every move builds towards something bigger. But until the man himself says he's done, no one should believe he's stepping away. He's still too good, too influential, too locked in. The Lakers are built for another run, and with Luka Doncic reportedly joining forces with him, this might be the most dynamic pairing of his career since Miami. Luka gives LeBron what he's wanted for years, a true co-star who can carry the offense and create for others while LeBron orchestrates from the background. That combination could be terrifying for the league. It gives him another legitimate shot at a championship, maybe even two, before it's all said and done. And LeBron knows that. He's not going to give that up until he's squeezed every drop of possibility out of it. If anything, this feels like classic LeBron showmanship, a reminder that he's still the center of gravity in the NBA universe. No matter how old he gets, when LeBron speaks, the world listens. When he hints at something, the internet explodes. It's his way of reminding everyone that his influence goes far beyond the court. Whether he's teasing a major career move, a documentary, or some partnership with a global brand, LeBron knows how to make people talk. He's mastered the art of attention. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are swirling around Los Angeles as tension reportedly simmers within the Lakers locker room. Sources close to the team suggest that head coach J.J. REDICK is growing increasingly frustrated with Ty Johnson, the young guard who has struggled to find his rhythm in Hollywood. According to insiders, REDICK is privately pushing for Johnson's exit, believing that the player's current level is simply below the team. Johnson, who joined the Lakers amid high expectations, has yet to make a lasting impression on the floor. Critics point to his inconsistency, turnovers, and occasional lapses on defense, all of which have left REDICK questioning whether he fits into the team's championship ambitions. While the coach has praised the effort of his squad publicly, behind closed doors, the chatter is that Johnson's role has become a point of contention. The rumor mill suggests that the Lakers' front office is already exploring potential trade scenarios. Teams looking for depth in the backcourt may see Johnson as a low-risk, high-upside acquisition, even if his performance so far has been underwhelming. Meanwhile, insiders say that REDICK's impatience could signal a more drastic reshuffling, especially if the Lakers aim to make a serious push for the playoffs this season. Fans are divided. Some argue that Johnson simply needs more time to adapt to REDICK's system, while others believe that the coach's candid assessment reflects a harsh reality. The Lakers cannot afford players who are not contributing at the required level. Social media is buzzing, with hashtags speculating on where Johnson might end up and whether the rumored friction between him and REDICK could escalate into an official move. While nothing has been confirmed, the atmosphere inside the Lakers camp is reportedly tense. If the whispers prove true, Ty Johnson could find himself on the move sooner rather than later, potentially shaking up one of the most closely watched teams in the league. For now, fans and pundits alike are left to wonder, is this a wake-up call for Johnson, or the beginning of the end of his stint in purple and gold? Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.